Welcome to the biggest show in the world, Sports Bettors TV.
It's called Winning. What's going on, people? How you doing out there? Sports Bettors TV and sportsbettorstv.com. We are sitting here live on the air for our people, the hashtag SBTV Nation. And I got my man, the birthday boy, on the line, the dream. What is going on, kid? Happy birthday, sucker.
Thanks, man. Big ups to you. Big ups to the nation. What's going on, guys? We cashed last night. I want to send another shout out. It's not only my birthday, but it is also my boy Danks. Baby boy, his son's first birthday is today. We share the same birthday. As many birthdays as I got in, which is like 1 million.
Yeah, boy. Yeah. How about a little sweep of the board last night, son?
Yeah, we were trying to showing our thing last night. It was a Monday, and it was a Monday madness, as I like to call it. We got really lucky, in some spots. Mr. Lucky was back at it again, doing his thing.
Oh, would you care to recap your extraordinary evening, son? Even though you go back in time and change your plays and all that.
Yeah, I was the flash day yesterday on everybody. As we were able to cash with the Utah Jazz, the Memphis Grizzlies, and the Portland Trailblazers last night, and which pretty much, I will say the Grizzlies, I think they were only up by like 5 at one point in the second half, and then they, turned on the turbo boost and got dead right. Utah did their thing right out of the gate. That was dope. And the Trailblazers wasn't having it at all, either with the Suns. The thing with that parlay is, and I want to let you guys know, when we gave it out first thing in the morning, and I had done the math, Utah was only -4 and the Grizzlies were -7. By game time, Utah had went from 4 to 7.5, and the Grizzlies had went from 7.5 to 10.
Yep.
So in the morning when I first did it, the nickel was paying, it was plus money. And then by the time I went to get it at night, it was like, the nickel was only making like $4.79 or whatever it paid me. But hey, I ain't mad at it because, Hatter and I talked about it this morning, and we were like, you guys, if you're playing favorites, sometimes you should put them in first thing. But I was telling them, you got to be careful because of injuries and sitting cash. So, it's kind of a double-edged sword. I don't know whether you go one way or the other way. I think when you're money lining, in my case, it's not that big of a deal. If you were playing spreads, it would have been huge. So that's another advantage to money lining. The other thing was we had a perfect scenario for the hedge that I talked about earlier in the day, as Utah won and Memphis won right before. You knew that Memphis was going to win. The games weren't over, but they were over. So you knew that you were pretty safe. So at that point, you could have hedged the Suns. And what Hatter was talking about, another thing I should have mentioned yesterday is, if you got live lines, guys, sometimes it's better to wait for the live line to hedge than to hedge before the game, because there was a point when the Suns were plus 750 at?
Yeah, it was about plus 700.
Yeah,
so
it hit me up, and he was like, we were talking, I was like, what do you think? And I was like, I'm going to let it ride because I think Portland's good. And Hat's like, well, if you want to do it now, they're plus 700. So $70, would have paid the whole, it would have been dope. And it would have been a minimal loss to cover my money. But Portland just looks so dope, because I was checking them out, because I had the package, and Portland just looked so dope that I was like, you know what, I ain't even bothering. They got him.
Yeah, so what he's talking about, guys, is he had a $500 parlay going that paid, would it pay almost even money, right?
It paid, I believe, $4.69.
All right, so what I was talking about was, as the game was unfolding, I said, you know what, if you want to go to bed now, dude, put $70 on Phoenix, and it pays $490. So basically, if you won, you're only getting $70 less on the win. But you can go to bed and and know that you made money, barring a miraculous comeback by the Suns, which seem to be happening last night. They did pull, within 6, but by halftime though.
Yeah, you had a better chance of seeing Jesus because in the second half, Portland went crazy. And we've always discussed about the Suns' third quarter collapse.
Oh, and they did it again.
Yeah, I don't know what happens to that team in the third quarter. 16 points in the third quarter to the Trailblazers 37.
Unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable. But, hey, I want to do a quick shout-out here to everybody that's retweeting the show. We already got 40 of them, guys. Yesterday, we set a record. We had 88 retweets of the show. It's the one called, it's on our page called Retweet and Listen Now, Sports Betting Live, Listen Here. Guys, if you could retweet that, we would appreciate it. Right now, we've got, let me just see who's showing us some love this morning. We got Andy Mack, the Andy Mack. I got Moonshine Money. I got Smokey, just followed you. I got Snoopy Betts. I got Dylan all the way in Australia. I got Boston Boy with the hashtag SBTV Nation in his name. I got Marlon with the hashtag SBTV Nation in his name. I got Westside 760. I got BU with the hashtag SBTV Nation in his name. I got Kali Finals MVP. I got Tip Talkers, Total Sports Edge, Beyond the Bet, C. Rodriguez Jr., Buddy the Dog, YOO. I got, let's see, Joseph Del Rosario Joseph, Clown Man Swag with the hashtag SBTV Nation in his name. I got Straguzzi. I got Direct Sports Solutions with the hashtag in his name. I got Razor Ramon with the hashtag in his name. I got, let's see, Soccer's Finest, Real Picks, and James Casey, just to name a few.
Shadow out there talking about, dog, I need Viagra. Yeah, right, player. I need the opposite of Viagra, something to calm my ass down.
That's
if
funny,
I take
man.
Viagra, I'll be ready to go for a month. Dream just checked in the hospital, said he took a half of Viagra. He can't get regular. It's been 2 months.
Yeah, right. 2 months later.
It's been 2 months and he's still.
He's
still packing.
Oh my God, kid. Oh my God.
Yo, man, big ups to everybody out there. Thanks a lot for the birthday wishes. My boy Cloud Man Swag, I appreciate it. James Hurlson, Randy Lockhart. Hey, hope your mom's getting better, brother. Sir Mata's out there, Yato's out there, Buddy the Dog, Prestige Worldwide, Andy Mack, and Hatters mentioned a lot. My man Papa Smurf also swept it last night. Direct Sports Solutions is out there. We had a little bit of fun last night as I did my little bit of gloating thing. Y'all know how I do when I win because I'm just so happy. I ain't just happy about being right. You guys know it's more about just helping other people out, man. It's a good feeling, man. It just puts a smile on my face knowing that I can help somebody out in some bad spots. I got a couple of guys that are, guys at the show that are in a small little bit of a rut, man, and they were telling me, yo, Dream, we tailed your stuff, and I'm not mentioning any names, but they tailed my stuff, a couple of cappers, tailed my stuff, and yo, that's dope too. I ain't mad at them neither, and it's good because that's what we're here for, because trust me, and y'all know this run is not going to continue.
It's been going strong since February.
I know it's going strong, but but I listen, this run is not going to, I ain't going to stay this hot. All right. Matter of fact, we running out of games anyway.
Yeah. I know, dude. I know. We got. It pains me to say that college hoop is coming to a close. Yeah. And NBA. I mean, we got playoffs, but you know how crazy the playoffs get in the NBAs.
Yeah, we do. And I usually get. I do gotta say, I am usually pretty dope with this series. I plan on Cloburn series plays in the NBA, and they look like they're going to be, right up my alley this season, especially in the East. The East should be very predictable. And guys, I'm only going to be on for another 10 minutes. I got to get out of here. Mama's got a lot of big plans for me today, so I'm not going to be on for the full show. But real quickly, Hatter and I were looking at a couple of games, and one of my favorite games tonight is, and this is, listen, you guys, my games at this point are going to have to be taken, with a grain of salt, and especially right now this morning, I'm giving you this out. This is like a gut, just instinct. I really haven't done a lot of homework on it. I really just looked at it last night real quick. I may put something out later, but obviously today's going to be a busy day for me, so it may not. But off the top of my head, and I know you guys probably don't like this, and I got no problem with you staying away from it, but I absolutely love the Los Angeles Clippers tonight. They're playing Golden State. they're at home. The Clippers are giving 2 points. I don't even mind you giving the 2 points. You know, you don't have to money line this game. I think the Clippers, they're on like a 7-game winning streak, but I know that Golden State is on a 9-game winning streak.
Yep.
But the Clippers, you know, the Golden State's already clinched their stuff. You know, they got their stuff all set up. The Clippers are in as well, but the Clippers could move from a 5 to a 2 seed, you know, in a matter of by the end of the week if they wanted to, you know, based on you know, how close it is. So I'm really liking the Clippers in this situation, especially, you know, a guy like Doc Rivers is knowing that this is a potential playoff matchup. He's going to want to try to send a little message. But, yeah, I hear you. The Clippers could want to try to send a little message. The Warriors could want to send a little message as well. But the Clippers are home. It's 2. It should be a hard-fought game. But I'm liking the Clippers right now.
Yeah, and guys, what we're going to do is, you know, I'm not by myself. I got the nation with me. And I got Sugar Shane Redenius is going to be calling in when the dream is off to break down some more NBAs. I mean, we got 3 on a ticket tonight. And then for the hockey, I asked my man, the Hockey Immortal, to come on and break down some hockey. So I'm very excited about that. And, you know, just to be able to talk about some of these games and go from there. But big shout out to Emzer. I got Sermata. I got Troy. I got Randy Lockhart. I got Michael Lee. I got Jason Riley. Futch My Life. I got Find a Vegas Bookie. Find an Awesome Bookie. Hockey Immortal, like I said. Buster Carr. Shady K. Wow, dude. 55 to win 50. Dude, this is nuts. Doc Ben Diaz. Damn, kid. Damn. Papa Smurf is feeling Temple tonight, by the way.
I know, and that's bad. That's bad because I'm feeling Miami.
Oh, well, you know, you got to take your little emotions out of Miami. You know what I'm saying? Because you know you love Miami women, so that's probably what that has to do with.
Nah, but that Miami team, you know, as far as I'm concerned, you know, Miami was one of those teams that was on the cusp of going to the tourney, and, you know, they came up short. But I think that they're a lot better than the other teams in the NIT. Notwithstanding Temple, though, Temple is close. But the thing that bothers me about Temple, Papa Smurf, and if you're listening, I know you are. You know, Temple here reminds me, and we made a couple of mistakes in this tournament with St. John's and with Georgetown. And Temple reminds me of St. John's and Georgetown in this situation with, you know, Miami coming in against them. So I hear you with Temple, and I know they've been dope, but that Miami team is really pretty good. So, you know what? I may pass on the game because I don't love it. I like Miami, but I don't love Miami. And I know that Miami's their guard, Rodriguez, he was banged up. He didn't play their last game. I don't know if he's available tonight in this game. So you need to check that injury report, guys, if you're on this game. But my heart is going for is kind of leaning Miami. But I may stay away from this game, as my boy Papa Smurf been real hot lately, and I respect his opinion. So I may back off of that as far as Miami, because like I said, I don't love it.
All right. Let's just see. So we're not going to do scores. We don't need to do that. Okay. We've got Immaculate on there. We got Michael Govas on there. We got Spot Bet. We've got Jay Smith, Terry Kohler, Sports Money. What's going on, guys? Good morning to the nation.
Gentlemen, we also had a hockey play yesterday that cashed for us. We also had the Sabres Coyotes under, and we had it at 5.5. And it worked. So we did well there. And I hear that the first lady of the Fake Fam is over there just tearing it up in hockey. So make sure you check her out, you know, along with, you know, everybody else. Right now, guys, honestly, if you're a gambler right now, it's a great, it's a good time, you know, to be a gambler right now. We're doing our thing over here at Sports Bettors TV. The family over on our brother, sister family over on the other side, Crush the Bookie and his crew, they're tearing up stuff. I mean, free plays are out there abundance. If you guys don't know what you're doing or you haven't figured it out, I mean, there's a lot of guidance. There's a lot of information out there right now. Sports betting right now is in the people's favor right now.
Yo, you think the haters are telling the plays yet or what?
Dude, the haters at this point have said enough. You know what? These dudes right now are killing it. We gotta just fall back and just play their plays, because how are we gonna go out here talking about Tate Dusty and we're losing?
It's been quiet. It's been crickets.
They got their tails between their legs. They back at the honeycomb hideout, and they're like, "Yo, what's the dream doing today? What's the first lady in the
what are they on? Because I'm blocked. I can't even see their plays. Can somebody let me know?
Don't even get mad at them because we don't want them to block us. We still want them to follow their plays.
Or creating new accounts to see the plays. They created new accounts to see the plays.
Listen, it's a bad time. If you hate it, it's a bad. Just stay in your lane. It's bad right now. I mean, I can't tell you. It's just bad. You know what I mean? Just wait a minute, and I'm sure I'll get out of this zone in a second. But right now, you know what I'm saying? Just I'm doing my MJ thing. Give me the ball and clear and move to the other side of the court.
Oh, man. All right. So, dude, we got a couple NBAs. We got a little bit of time before Sugar Shane calls, but let's get down and deep with it because I want to just see if you have any more leans before you cut out of here and we bring Shane on. We got the Indiana Pacers at the Brooklyn Nets tonight. Brooklyn Nets are -2.5. That Lopez guy down low, man, he's huge, kid. And he is like,
you love dusty, clumsy, big feet.
Dude, so clumsy, man. You see him run down the court, he kind of like bobs his head, like blah 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 blah. Dude, it's so funny, man. He's fun. Yo, but he's like player of the week or something like that. He's averaging like 29 points. He's got like blocks, rebounds. I mean, he's looking pretty dope. So you got to kind of pay him attention a little bit. But they are playing the Indiana Pacers. Indiana and Brooklyn are pretty much like neck and neck to get this 8th seed, where Boston has actually slid into the 8th seed right now, which Boston, as we talked about, is pesky, and they went into Charlotte and laid the smackdown last night.
Yeah, they did. That Boston team, I told you beginning of the season, they play hard.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
they play hard, man.
Yes. All right. So taking a look at this here, do you have any opinion? I mean, it's going to be a tough game, dude.
Tough game. My opinion would be to stay away, but if you're going to take the game, I got to tell you, man, I like the Brooklyn Nets. Dude.
Brooklyn looks good.
As nasty as that just sounded coming out of my mouth, I like the Brooklyn Nets because they've seemed to turn it around a bit, man. They've been playing really good basketball. They've been playing, kind of solid basketball, which is it's kind of crazy for them. But let's look at their schedule real quick because I know they're feeling themselves right now. They got a little winning streak.
Well, let's talk about what they got going on. I mean, they're winners of 3 straight games, and they're 5-1 straight up in the last 6. Okay, yep. So that's good in the last 6 games.
And already beat Indiana 123-111 in Indiana.
Okay, all right. So
that was 5 games ago.
Yep. Okay. All right, so
and your boy Brook Lopez went ill with the 26.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's see. Let me. You know what? You mind if I punch Shane in? Let's punch Shane in right now and break it down a little bit.
Punch him in, then. Right. Listen. You know what? We're gonna punch Shane in. I'm gonna get out of here.
Sugar Shane, what's going on, player?
Yo, what's up, guys? How you guys doing today?
Oh, we're fantastic,
Shane, what's
kid.
happening, man? Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Dream. Happy birthday, my friend.
Thanks, brother. Hey, listen, I'm going to shove off out of here, guys. Listen, I'm going to get you guys on Twitter later. I'll give you what I'm liking. My man, you're in good hands, and Shane is in here. But before I leave, the only other thing I want to mention to you is the Predators are in need of a win badly, okay? You guys know how I situationally do this. That Predator team needs a win bad. Check with the First Lady. Check with Hockey Immortal. Do your own homework. But Predators need a win badly. I'm going to try to tweet you guys something tonight. If I don't, sorry, but I think I've done enough to take a night off, or if I can't get at you, I can't get at you. But I'm out of here. Shane, thank you so much for coming on and replacing me, brother. And Hatter, I'll talk to you later. Thank you, guys. Love you guys. I'm out of here.
Go enjoy your birthday, brother.
Nice.
All right. Sugar Shane Redenius, kid, what is going on, man? It was so nice to meet you in Vegas, brother.
Yeah, you too, guys. You too. Just one of the things I wanted to point out today was just because the nation left Vegas doesn't mean the party stopped. We're still making it happen out here, and looking forward to the next time everybody comes out. Had a blast while you guys were out here. It was crazy, and lived up to expectations just meeting you guys and putting some faces to names out there.
Oh, definitely, dude. Definitely. So, Dream and I have been, the NBA has been on point, dude. It's been really, really good. I mean, last night we swept the board. We're excited. What we're doing is right now, Shane. We are investigating the playoff seeding and trying to get the players' motivation and all that. And what we're doing is we're looking at Golden State and Clippers tonight, and we're thinking that the Golden State Warriors already secured the number 1 seed. For them to go into the Clippers, I get it, for bragging rights and all that. But I think the Clippers have way much more to play for than Golden State. And I think the line reflects, the line doesn't take into consideration motivation. You know what I mean? It just takes stats into consideration. So talk to me about your thoughts on that game, please.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt that now we're entering the time of the year with NBA where we've got to be really cautious. To me, the same way that you've capped or looked at the NBA up to this point has to start changing a little bit, just because of how much you have to take into account what the motivation factor is, right? You look at even a game that doesn't even have a number on the board between Atlanta and Detroit today, because you have no idea what's going to happen there, whether players are going to be rested or whatnot. But even as I was going through this through the schedule yesterday, same thing. You want to exactly that. See what the motivation factor is. Who's really going to be coming to this game? Are you going to be getting the best of both sides at least, and then be able to break it down from there? And I was actually kind of glad to hear Dream mention the Clippers before heading out, because I feel the same way. Again, deep down, in a playoff situation, if these two teams were matched up, I would definitely be on Golden State. I'd be extremely surprised if Golden State wasn't in the finals, and who knows? This could be a preview of the Eastern Conference Finals for what these two teams have done. But looking at it again, the motivation factor. It's a TNT game. It's the last game of the night. They know everybody's going to be watching this game, and although I do see it being competitive, because I don't see Golden State laying down in this point, even though they've locked everything up. But Clippers have done pretty well against Golden State at home. You go back to 2012, the Clippers are 4-1 against Golden State against the spread, and those are in games. Every single one of those games, the Clippers are favored. So I don't see that trend stopping. And Clippers, in this sense, you think about Griffin coming off the injury. He was out for a little bit. I see the Clippers using these last handful of games to try and make sure that chemistry's still there, get Griffin back in the groove of things, and like you said, Clippers are still fighting for some playoff seeding. They don't have anything locked up. They're looking at matchups, and the higher they go up, some of those bottom teams. You look at Oklahoma City, they've got injuries. Durant's out now. You look at Dallas. And that's a team that's struggling. You don't know what you're going to get on a nightly basis from them. Right. The Clippers should be able to take care of business against teams like that. So again, there is some additional motivation there for the Clippers as well. I like the line -2 right now. So I 100% agree. I'm with Dream on that. I'd be on the Clippers tonight as well.
Yeah, I'm taking
not scared of the spread. That -2 I think is right in line with where we can get a winner here.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think I like this, and I think this line is going to jump a little bit. I mean, you can actually get it at 1.5 at a certain sports book. If you look at sportsbetterstv.com, guys, you'll see where you can buy it at 1.5. Yeah, I mean, dude, to get that down even to 1, I think is all right. But the money line's only 125, so you're probably, I mean, how many times have we, had the team win by 1 and lost by that 1 point or 2? You know what I'm saying?
Look, there'd be nobody that would double question you if you just took the straight up money line on this game either. So,
I concur.
But I do see the Clippers having the edge, at least in this situation, being at home, TNT game. One of those things to where, again, they're wanting to get Griffin kind of back in the rotation, and after he was off for a little bit, and little extra motivation heading into if these two teams meet each other in the playoffs, having an extra win under the belt.
Definitely, man. You get a lot of love from all the Vegas crew on Twitter right now, brother.
You love those guys, man. Again, it was one of those things where putting all you see is icons until you start putting some faces to names, and was not disappointed. Let's just say that.
Oh, we had an absolute blast, dude. How about when we did like 10 guests on the show all at once? We rapid fired everybody.
Awesome. I wasn't expecting it. I was actually in mid-conversation. All of a sudden, Dream came over and, dude, get on the radio. Let's go.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. So taking a look at this Indiana Pacers-Brooklyn Nets matchup. Now, Lopez has been tearing it up like we talked about. Seeing Indiana as a pesky team, I was betting them for a little while and cashing, and then they just fell way off. But Brooklyn's kind of turned it around a little bit, and they're home right now. I think they're going to have a pretty big game. I hate to take all the favorites on the board, you know what I'm saying? But looking at Brooklyn, I think it's going to be a tight game, to be honest with you. But, maybe a Clippers-Brooklyn tease or something like that. I haven't really figured it out yet. But what's your take on the Pacers-Nets?
Yeah, you know what? We're breaking this one down. I just couldn't see an advantage either way. This was, for me, it ended up being kind of one of those stay away from games. Although you look at it and initially you're like, well, that game's kind of dusty. But when you break it down, both these teams are fighting for that eighth spot in the Eastern Conference. And kind of right away when you look at it, you didn't really realize that until I was breaking down, where all the playoff seedings and stuff were. But, they're right there. Boston right now has the 8th seed, but either of these teams, they can, if they can get on a run, are going to be right there. Although Boston's playing some really good ball. They played another great game yesterday. For this one, here's a couple of things. If leaning Brooklyn, just a couple of stats to keep in mind. Indiana, for one, has been extremely strong on the road against the spread, 20-13 overall this year on the road, where Brooklyn has struggled at home, 11-21 against the spread at home.
Wow.
So $100 better on Brooklyn, taking Brooklyn at home would actually be down over $1,000. So it was that stat right there, because I agree with you. I think Brooklyn right now, in the moment, is playing better ball. However, for whatever reason, that's not correlating so much at home as it is on the road for them, and vice versa. Indiana has performed better on the road against the spread than Brooklyn. So, for me, this is a stay away from game. I think it's going to be an entertaining game for the most part. And I agree. Actually, I was watching Lopez the other day. Actually, I had to do a double take. That guy looked like Brooklyn just went on the streets and found the first 7-footer they could find homeless, and said, "Hey, bud, just put the ball in the hole. That's all you got to do." He is looking scruffy right now.
Oh my God, he just waddles down the court, man. It's funny watching him do it, but he's like this big Amazon cat. You know what I mean? Just reaching over guys.
He's always been a little scruffy, but now he's growing the beard out and everything. He looks like a 7'2" caveman. I was like, holy cow, look at you.
Oh, definitely, man, definitely. But does Indiana have what it takes to cover the big man down low?
Well, that may be the biggest disadvantage there. However, when Indiana's one of those teams that when if they come out of the gates and can get things going, that usually transitions through the rest of the game. And Indiana, historically has been known for their defense, and that's been kind of hit and miss throughout the year here. If you had a gun to my head, I would take Brooklyn here. Again, just looking at some of the on the road and at home stats for each team, kind of just made it a stay away from game for me.
Yeah, we got to take into consideration that Brooklyn did beat my boy at home. In that little,
or something,
yeah, in that little
that
stretch,
wasn't not too long ago.
And,
although the Sixers almost just beat your boys. What's going on there?
I don't know, dude. I think they're pretty happy with their number 2 spot.
Yeah,
and
Cavs, when they want to turn it on, you just feel like that's one of those teams that can get it done. I think they actually probably enjoy all the extra media stuff that's going on that's bringing them down. You see every day there's something that oh my God, Love and LeBron aren't best friends off the court, and they make a huge deal out of that. It's like, come on, guys, not everybody has to be best friends off the court. It's what you do on the court, and I think those guys came to Cleveland for one mission. I think once the playoffs come, anything that's happening off the court is going to go to the wayside.
Of course.
As long as they're playing good ball for 60 minutes, then Cavs are definitely a scary team. I don't think anybody wants to face that team in the playoffs.
Hell no. No, definitely not. But let's take a look at the other one, dude. We got let's see. As we talked about, Atlanta and Detroit has no line yet because they're trying to figure out who's playing and who's not. But San Antonio Spurs playing at Miami. The Spurs are -7 on the road. Line is 197.5, brother.
Yeah, on this one, again, the first thing you always look at, especially with San Antonio, is, what's the possibility of Pop resting starters, at any point, because it doesn't matter where they're at in the seeding. Pop has never hesitated to rest starters if he feels it's going to long-term benefit the team.
Right.
However, they did have yesterday off, and this is a TNT game. I'd be really surprised if Pop does anything crazy. The only injury that's listed right now, currently for the game, is Luol Deng is questionable.
Yeah.
So you'd have to imagine this line, would gear towards favoring Miami a little bit if he ends up playing. I can't imagine it being more than half a point to a point on the extreme side, even if Luol is playing. Again, however, I still see playoff implications on both sides. Although San Antonio is, pretty much locked in, they should get in just playing, their kind of ball. Miami, again, they're in the 7th spot too. And
right.
Again, you wouldn't really think about that the way that Miami started off. They really struggling, and all of a sudden, wow, we're looking at it, and here's Miami in the 7th spot. So for this one, I do see a fairly competitive game.
Yep.
I'm not liking the spread on this game, but I am leaning San Antonio money line. So I'm looking at maybe listening into what hockey has on the hockey side, and maybe doing a multi-sport parlay here. Because with San Antonio, the one thing that I think motivates them right now is there's one team that they could potentially face in that first round that I don't think they want to match up with, and that's Memphis. Of any team besides Golden State, but they won't end up playing Golden State as long as they stay above the 8th spot, which they should. But Memphis sitting at 2 currently, it could fall to 3. Anywhere in there, I don't think the Spurs want to face Memphis in the first round. I think that's one of the teams that just defensively is an extremely smart basketball team. They match up well with the Spurs. They're very physical, and when you think about the Spurs, they're getting up there in age a little bit. They're not going to want to take a rough 7-game series in the first round against a very physical defensive team. And I think they'd much rather match up with the likes of, say, Houston or Portland, and even if it's up and down ball, the Spurs can play that ball when they want to. So I think for San Antonio, they're looking to at least get up into a 5th or 4th spot here in the next week if they can, to avoid any potential first round matchup with Memphis. And if tonight, if San Antonio does have that kind of motivation, I don't see any problem where they have any issues at least winning the game. I'm not sure about the -7 line, but I'm pretty confident in a San Antonio win tonight.
Yeah, I mean, if you took that and money lined it with maybe like the Clippers, it probably pays incredible. It probably pays like 175 to 1, I would think. 1.75. So $100 probably pays $175. But I mean, I could look it up real quick and see what it ends up paying. So you got
on that end. What I would look at is if the Clippers, that's not too bad a line just to take separately if you're going to take it on a money line,
right?
You know what I'm saying? To where with San Antonio, it's a little heavy. I think it was like -290. To where if we'll listen in on hockey here, and if he has like a fairly heavy favorite that he really likes, parlay those, get even money, maybe a little plus money, and be feeling pretty good from that point. I wouldn't probably include the Clippers just because I would probably take that separately and ride that, and then San Antonio with another heavy favorite, say in hockey tonight, and call it good.
Yeah, definitely. So let me just see what else real quick. Are you eyeballing any futures yet, dude?
No, you know what, Hatter, I listen to you with the futures. To be honest, I don't look at futures at all. So I really look forward to your breakdown when it comes to futures and seeing where you're coming in on the NBA. I just don't break down personally the way I bet the games that way, but I just love listening to you, how you break it down and what you're looking at and the angles you look at, because when I hear you do it, I'm like, there's no way I can do it better than this cat, so I might as well just do what he's doing.
Thank you, man. I can tell you that all of the all my underdogs in the NCAA didn't pan out. And the problem, usually what I would do is I take live lines to get all that money out. Well, the problem was that I was in Las Vegas partying it up. And I didn't have time. I didn't have time to really, I mean, most of them were, $5, $10, to win 50,000, 25,000, stuff like that. So, but I think I'm
thinking
down.
About that, all that work that you put into those futures in Vegas.
Dude, Vegas caught me by the balls, man. I couldn't do nothing. Well, number one, it's the time change, dude. As soon as I got out there, there's already games tipped off. I get out, I open my eyes, and the games are already almost over. I'm like, oh man. And then one day, dude, the day after we went to the nightclub, kid, I woke up at 2:00 in the afternoon, and it was like 5:00 Eastern. Everything was over already. I'm like, oh damn, you know what? So I just considered it a loss. But I do have Kentucky to win the whole thing. So that's my final future here. So we'll see where it ends up landing.
What's that line at? Is that you got that plus money though?
I
right?
got that plus 165 about a month and a half ago because it was for them to go undefeated.
Yeah, no, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, and I actually parlayed it with my boy to win the NBA championship, dude.
So if they get to the championship, are you hedging or are you riding?
I'm riding.
Yeah,
I'm riding just because it's only plus 165, dude. So I can't really unless Kentucky is favored and let's say the game is really tight going down to the end. I'll pop a live line on the underdog. You know what I'm saying? And
and I think that's awesome. One of the things that you guys have been talking about a lot more on the show, which I've really again, because it's my bread and butter. That's what I do. I'm a trader for those live lines on the other side. So when you're placing that bet, there's a guy like me on the other side of that line that's, managing that. So I'm really excited to hear because in the U.S. it's not near as popular as it is in other parts of the world. So, to hear you bringing that onto the show and educating the SBTV Nation for in-game betting, I don't think that people do take as much advantage with it as they could. And some of the things that you guys have been talking about with, the in-game hedging or whatever it may be, is spot on money. You guys could not be bringing it across any better. Because one thing that you have to fear with in-game is that it is so available. You have so many chase opportunities and things like that. So if you can in-game bet responsibly, and some of the things that you're teaching on the show is exactly how you should be using in-game betting. It's money. So again, kudos to you guys for first off, just educating the nation on in-game betting, because I don't think it's as well known as maybe some of the other types of bets, but how you're supposed to in-game bet and make sure that long-term you can build some profitability off of it.
Oh, absolutely, man. I mean, the thing is, I use it for a couple of different ways. Number one is to hedge with parlays and stuff like that. Number two, though, is that let's say you put $100 on a team, okay? Let's say you're I don't know, and let's just make it really easy. Let's just say we have a pick 'em for a spread, okay? And you put $100 on a team. Let's say I don't know, the Warriors are playing the Cavs. Let's just make, because that would be probably a pick 'em scenario in certain levels. So now you see Golden State coming out and just laying the. So what you could actually do, guys, is, if Golden State's, let's say, minus 200 to win the game, and Golden State is going to win the game for sure. I mean, you're pretty confident. You're just like, you know what, man, I'm on the wrong side. My boy just doesn't have it tonight. I know. You could actually probably get, like $50 of the money back. It's like surrendering your bet. So I do that in certain situations, just so I don't lose the whole $100,
Sure.
So
but another angle to look at with in-game, and this is my primary angle, is say for instance you're on a total, right?
Yeah.
Say the total comes out at say it's 200, right? And you're in this scenario. Let's just say I would be on the over of that 200. Say both teams come out of the gate strong, and in-game now you have a line of potentially 210, 215. Anytime if I'm on a total and I see the ability to where it's 10 plus, to where I'm getting 10 points more of value, I'm at that point looking to go the other side and create myself a middle.
Right.
No, I won't go full stake. I'll go half stake, because at that point my original bet is on the right side, but I'll go half stake on the other side to A, potentially hit the middle and get both sides.
Right.
B, if scoring slows way down and the under ends up cashing, I've only lost half my bet at that point.
I like that, dude. I've never done that like that, where it was half.
I do that a lot with totals in NBA.
Wow.
Again, for me, the magic number is 10. Anything, 10 or greater. Spread-wise, you can do it too. I really haven't found a magic number, I guess, if you will, yet. So I mostly just look at doing that with totals. But again, it's worked out really well. And there's been times, again, teams come out of the gate strong and then all of a sudden have one of those third quarters, like, say, a Phoenix, to where they score 8 points. Or the Chicago Bulls do this a ton. They'll come out first half looking great. Second half, third quarter, I can't tell you how many third quarters I've watched for the Bulls where they've been, barely double digits for the quarter. So, you can look at those to where, again, at least you're getting half stake back, but best case scenario, you're actually winning your original bet plus another half stake.
I love it, dude. I never thought of putting half my money up to catch a middle, and possibly catching them both. You know what I mean? So that I was doing the full bet, dude. To catch both sides.
Yeah, I do half because at that point you're already on the right side. So
right.
If the scoring continues and it still hits over but doesn't fall in that middle, at least you're cashing half on your original bet, which is what you capped in that game, if you will. So I always, because then at that point, if I do end up losing, I get half back. I should, at that point, I kind of look at it as, well, I deserve to lose half of that because my original bet was on the over, right?
Yep.
And so I kind of created a less damage on the losses, if you will. But I still want to be in a position where I'm winning if it continues to score and I'm on the right side anyway. So I don't want to give up, some potential gain with my original assessment of what the game should be.
Especially if you're on the right side, brother. I get it.
Exactly.
I get it.
Yep.
That's dope, dude. I love it. I think that's a really good live lesson here for everybody, on the live lines, guys. So there's there's a couple of books that are really, really good at it, and then there's some that are not so good. I think most of the books are kind of getting on the same page though, and making it more readily available. So definitely make sure that you have that option in your sports books. And if you go on sportsbetterstv.com on the sportsbook section, you actually can read about all these different books and see which ones work for you. But Shane, hey man, you got anything to plug before we cut out? I got to bring my man, the Hockey Immortal, on.
No, man, I'm looking forward to listening to hockey. I'm sure he's listening right now. What's up, boy? Get it done. Looking forward to give me a nice, juicy NHL winner today that I can parlay with my Spurs. And next beer's on me when I see you here in Vegas, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Shane, thank you so much for calling in. We appreciate it. And I'm going to give the green light to the Hockey Immortal to call right now.
Sounds good, brother. Everybody enjoy. Have a great day.
All right. Take care, man.
Yep. Bye.
All right, guys. So we are flying high right now, kids. So that was his breakdown of not only NBAs but the live line. So you gotta love that stuff, dude. It's just such a cool way to bet. You know what I mean? That it's just you gotta explore all your options. And I'll be honest with you. I mean, this stuff wasn't available when I was losing, 20, 30,000 in a football season and stuff like that back in the day. I won't ever do that again, but it's just where it is. So let's see. Do I got my man, the Hockey Immortal, on the line?
Man, you got him on the line, waiting patiently, listening to you two on this beautiful morning, man. Oh my gosh, you two, bro! That live lesson right there, man. We all need to take heed of that. That's some good info. Sugar Shane ain't no joke, man. I love that dude, bro.
Oh, definitely, man. Hey, man, I had an absolute ball hanging out with you in Las Vegas, brother.
Oh, I was saddened when you guys, everybody left. I was so sad, bro. I was in Laguna with my girl the very next day, and I was just like straight sad. She's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, man, I missed the crew. And then, the little altercations. Oh, you got to be here with me. Yeah, and I'd rather be in the book cashing tickets, baby.
Oh, I know, dude. We had a ball, kid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was a ball, brother.
When the SBTV Nation came down, it was like a hurricane, and then when it left, it must have been like what do you call it, tumbleweeds going around the sports book.
Yeah, it was tumbleweeds. It wasn't pleasant. That's why I left town too. I said, my boys in here, I'm out.
Oh, definitely, man. How you doing out there? How's the hockey treating you?
Oh, just the last few days had her back and forth, 2-2, 1-1, 500. I can't get ahead, but last night, man, I hit the Sabres plus 170, so that was really, really, really sweet.
Oh, damn, dude.
Yeah,
Guys, this is my man, the Hockey Immortal. We were talking about a story where he can no longer bet in a certain sports book. You don't have to name the sports book, but they cut him off. They cut him off.
They cut me off, and that was because of it was NHL puck lines. And so when you hit, those are always plus 200 lines. And when you hit a few of those in a row, they tend to take notice, especially if you have an account, and they don't let me play puck lines there anymore.
Dude, that's so awesome, man. When you could say that a sports book kicked you out, that's dope. I love the sound of that, man. So you know what?
It is dope, and then sometimes it's a curse in a way, because there's a reason you play at certain local casinos in Vegas, because they do have the juiciest lines, and then when you look at other lines, it's just like, I don't want to play it. I'd rather go over there and play it, but you can't play it. But it is what it is, and I got my money's worth and got my run out of it, so it was good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, man. So, today is the Dream's birthday, so he's going out and doing his thing.
I want to give a big shout-out to the Dream. Happy birthday to him, and, I hope he has 50 more healthy and happy, beautiful birthdays with his family. Enjoy your day, Dream, and thank you for everything that you do as well. And you know what I'm saying? Enjoy your day, brother.
All right, cool deal, brother. So let's just take a look at the hockey slate. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games on the ticket, dude. Do you want to break down each one, or you want to just talk about the ones that you're feeling sexy about?
Yeah, let's just talk about the one that we're feeling sexy about, because these other ones, this hockeyness is just crazy, bro. Like, last night, the LA Kings should have had a win in Chicago, and they just blew it. It's crazy at the last 2 weeks of the season. These teams trying to get in, fighting for playoff spots, so it's just nuts. So all of them, I wouldn't get into all of them, but I do have my eye on one, which is kind of wonderful since the back and forth 500 stretch that I've been having the last week. I've been waiting to get on the show because your boy is 3-1 coming on Sports Bettors TV. So let's get us another win tonight, baby.
All right, cool deal. I'll take 75% all day long, Playboy.
Straight up, brother. But here's what I have my eye on. Here's what I just plugged literally a couple hours ago. I plugged tonight Ottawa at Detroit. I took Detroit minus 150. The line has gone up a little bit now to minus 160. These two teams have a good history playing each other because Detroit moved to the Eastern Conference, and so Ottawa plays Detroit regularly, and Detroit seems to handle them too very good. They're 2-0 already against them this season, and when you have a team's number, especially at home, with Detroit looking to jump up in the standings a little bit to gain some ground against these other teams trying to chase them in the playoffs, I really love Detroit. D-Town, minus 150, that's where I got them at.
Okay.
Right now they're at minus 160, brother, so it's going to, for some people the juice is too much, but parlay it. Otherwise, lay the wood like your boy does. That's how I do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking a look at the injury report. Seems like there's a good amount of injuries for Ottawa here. A lot of day-to-day stuff going on.
Yeah, it's a lot of day-to-day, and these guys that are playing, that aren't playing, sometimes it makes a difference, sometimes it doesn't. Like I said, my whole thing with Detroit is these guys catch fire, usually at the end of the season like they should. They're a tough place to play in their arena. And like I said, they handle Ottawa pretty good. It's going to be a tough game, close game. But I give the edge to the team, which is Detroit, that handles the other one on a regular basis. So, and that's why I picked it. That's why I capped it all night, looking at it. Looking for these games that not teams that should win, like bogus LA last night. They should have won, but they didn't. But looking at teams that play these interconference games, fighting for playoff spots, handle the team regularly, and that's what I see with Detroit. So that's why I plugged it.
In the last 5 games, Detroit is 4-1 straight up when playing Ottawa. Very interesting.
That's
very
what we
interesting.
like.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at Ottawa. They're losers of 3 straight games, but they're 15-5 straight up in the last 20. Ottawa's.
See, that's what's a good thing is, and believe it or not, that 15-5 just occurred because they were like 15-1-1 up until 3 or 4 games ago. You know what I'm saying? So, it's starting to melt down. They're not a very overly talented team. They've just been playing bigger than they are. And to be honest with you, Hatter, other than this game, I hope Ottawa gets in the playoffs. They still got a shot to make the playoffs because let me tell you what, Ottawa is going to be, anytime they're on the road, if they make the playoffs, they're going to be plus 170, plus 180. They're going to be juicy dogs, and those are the ones we love to hit in the playoffs. And there's plenty of them. So kind of hope they get in. Not happening tonight. That's why I like Detroit.
All right, cool, man. I'm taking a look at it. I mean, you could see I'm looking at the Eastern and Western Conference standings here for hockey. Taking a look at Ottawa, they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They are 9th down. So let's just, in Detroit is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6th down in the East. So, hey, we'll see where it lands, man. I think you might be onto something there. It seems like they have their name.
Detroit's a good team, bro. They're really good, and they are, believe it or not, championship pedigree. And let me tell you, there's the Capitals right behind them, and Boston right behind them for these playoff points. And these championship caliber teams, they know how to step it up. And Detroit's one of them, bro. Believe me, I think it's their 23rd year in a row making the playoffs, bro.
Wow.
23 years in a row. And so there's a reason for it.
Yep.
23 years in a row in the playoffs because the last 2 weeks of the season, they play hockey. And playing a team that they handle regularly, gotta love it. So that's why Detroit is the play today.
All right, yeah, I'm taking a look at some of these other lines here. I don't really see anything that's super juicy here. You got New Jersey playing Columbus. You got Carolina playing at Washington tonight. Washington minus 201. You got the Bruins playing Florida. Let's see, Tampa.
Oh, bro, that's gonna be the game of the night. That game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Florida needs to win. They not only do they need to win, they need to beat Boston if they want any chance at getting in the playoffs.
Oh, I'm looking at it. Yeah, that's tight. That's a tight race. Yeah,
out there, that's the game to watch tonight. Florida, Boston. It's going to be just a train wreck.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I mean, they're really close to each other here.
Bro, that's another one, bro. I hope I hope Florida gets in because you could put some juicy futures on these teams just skating in because these teams that skate in, that play good and have momentum going into the playoffs, man, you get some juicy lines with them and they hit. So, and as far as futures too, you go a long way with a couple of them. You know what I mean?
Sure, absolutely.
And they get in too. And another one in the West to look out. We'll have to talk about it at a later time, Heather. Is those pesky Calgary Flames. If they get in the playoffs, they're going to break some hearts. So I'm kind of hoping Calgary Flames, get into the playoffs because they broke my heart last night beating up Dallas.
Yeah, they're 7th right now in the West, so it looks like they got a pretty good shot as long. And they're winners.
They got a pretty good shot,
games.
bro. They just leapfrogged the LA Kings. They needed to win and they needed LA to lose, and both happened. So now they're actually right there. They're in. If the playoffs started today, they're in, and that's a team we want to keep our eye on because. Believe me, bro, they play the Blackhawks very well. They play a couple other teams in the West very well. They are the hardest working team in the NHL, the Calgary Flames. And once we get into the playoffs, if they get in, a couple of games in the playoffs, they're going to be plus 200, plus 180. And we're going to love that, brother.
Oh, that's sweet, man. How many more games do we got left in hockey in the regular season?
I'm thinking...
They got about 60. Let's see, they're They're both at around 70 games. Pretty much everybody.
Yeah,
about
so we got
68.
about 12 games left. So we got basically just about 2 more weeks.
Okay. All right. Damn, man, that sucks, kid. College hoop is coming to a close, and NHL is coming. I mean, we got the playoffs, don't get me wrong, but, you know, and then we got NBA that's going to be going to the playoffs as well, which is, you know, damn.
I'm looking forward to that, bro.
I know. Playoffs
Man,
are going to be sweet.
Is the dream on fire or what, son? Straight.
Kid, it'll last like 2 months, dude.
Bro, I never seen no shit like that. And you know what? Oh, pardon me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that, but
That's all right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and it's a good thing about the Vegas party for the show. Meeting all you guys, you know, we're the same age. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, meet you, Dream, and we've been gambling for 20-some years, and bro, this last whatever 6 months, whatever he's doing, dude is just filthy with it. And you know what I love too? I just love his sexy arrogance.
Yeah.
He's filthy. He gets filthy with it. You know that, right? He gets filthy with that arrogance. I love it though. But when you're winning, hey, that's it's all good. And when you lose, you know, you take it like a man. That's what a real gambler does.
I was gonna buy him a hat for his birthday, but I couldn't find any that fit his head.
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome.
Oh man! All right, guys, this is my man, the Hockey Immortal Kid. Tell everybody where to find you again, brother. I mean, you're a regular on the show, and you're always down with us, especially that you made it out to the party with us, brother. So you are the Hockey Immortal on Twitter, and what's that? Picks for winners? What is it?
Yeah, Picking Winners 1. And just want to give a shout out to all my boys, the Dirty Deuce Juice crew. Don't ask us how we got that name, but I want to shout out at Clownman Swag, at Sermata, at Yodo, at the Brother Man, at Young Winner, and at Curb Your Enthusiasm. All these boys get money. They do it every day, all day. And I want to give a shout out to my boy Shane Redinius. If you guys ain't following him, you need to. The guy has money, he's sexy, and he knows what he's doing. So give him a follow. Hope everybody out there at SBTV gets money today, all day, every day like we do. Hatter, I love you. I miss you.
Love you too,
we gotta
man.
do it again, son.
Absolutely, brother. We'll be, we'll be definitely being in touch with you, because I have a feeling that we're going to be down in Vegas, 1 or 2 times more at least.
Yeah, because, I was in Chicago at the time, and I just flew to Vegas for your thing, went to Laguna, chilled, back in Chicago now probably for another 3 weeks till I actually head home officially to LV. So anytime, anywhere, let's do it, son.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. All right, man. I appreciate you calling in on such short notice and breaking down the hockey with me, man. Thank you.
Anytime, brother. Everybody out there, remember, Detroit minus 150. They're at minus 160 now. That's the play, baby.
All right. Sounds good, brother. I love you for it, man. Thank you.
All right. Love you too, son. Be
All
good.
right,
Be
take care.
careful. Have a good day, and get that money, son.
Oh, get that money all day long. All right, guys. So we are going to close the show out, man. We are at the 10 o'clock hour already. Dude, absolutely amazing show, guys. Let me tell you something. The hashtag SBTV Nation is very, very dangerous, okay? Because you know what? It's a collective effort. It's not just me. It's not just the evil genius. It's not just the dream. It's all of us together, okay, with people all around the world in 179 countries that all have the same common good in mind, and that is to beat the books and make some money. So with that said, guys, we are Sports Bettors TV. We are the biggest show in the world, sportsbettorstv.com as well. Take a look at our website, man. We got everything on there as far as the best lines, all the best futures, so on and so forth. Today we are looking at Hockey Immortal plug the Detroit Red Wings. Taking a look at them. Minus 153 right now on sportsbettorstv.com. Sugar Shane Redinius, him and I are talking about the Clippers. He's also feeling Pop and the Spurs to lay the smackdown. I don't know if I'm going to get involved in that game. I'm probably going to get involved with the Clippers, though. I kind of like the idea of them getting max effort, where Golden State, if it's not going their way, just kind of saying, hey, you know what, we'll end up getting them in the playoffs. So kind of that's where I'm leaning right now. I'll put my stuff out later on. Guys, I also have been documenting my plays on Capper Tech. I started doing that, even though I'm not a handicapper. I just like to kind of put my stuff out there for people to see, and go from there. So we are the biggest show in the world. We love you to death, guys. Go out there, go easy, but get that money. Let's go.